What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Let's get this stream started, eh? Let's get a tweet out nice and quick. Oh wait, no. Let's go big head mode. Alright, big head mode, it's back, baby. Dearest yet Marvel champions. What do I say today? Maybe I'll just follow up on the earlier tweet and say I may not have streamed my toilet fixing experience, but it was a total success. Call me Luigi because I'm... No, never mind. It's going to take too long to explain. But I was thinking Mario and Luigi, you know what I mean? Plumbers. Video games, obviously. Anyway, I'll just leave it at this. I now have a working toilet once again. Hooray. Whoops. I'm now live. Alright. Tweet. Oh, wait, whoa. There we go. Tweet. I don't know how I was spelling experience there for a second, man. Jeez. Okay. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Matt Murdoch, first one in here. Followed by Alan99, Nate Doyle. What up? We got Cloud of Contempt, Snot Carson, World's Finest Dudes, Thanos. What's up, everybody? Taylor Boston here. What's up, man? Send it over, Buck. Saying spell check. Yeah. Shout out to spell check, man. Shout out to spell check. Where would we be without it? Oh! Whoops. Forgot to hide previous Big D. Oh, man, I'm a streaming amateur. It's alright, no one saw that. We're gonna do a fresh slap. Slap. Taylor, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for not streaming your toilet breaking experience either, PG. Yeah, Mike. Hey, it was not that kind of broken toilet, okay? It was not a clogged toilet, okay? It was just a it wasn't a huge problem. It was just constantly running and making a high-pitched squealing noise, and yeah. Anyway, nice job roasting taters earlier. He was super excited. Yeah, great treatment. Of course he would see that. Dingus. What's up, Star? 6-star Domino from Cav Crystal. Woohoo! Ooh, real deal. Nice, man. Or Flip, I should say, maybe. Alright, anyway. What's up, everybody? Let's get this party started. Zol Harris sent it over 10. Dude, solo. Or should I say Namor? Shout out to Namor, dude. Thank you very much for the very generous 10, man. Thank you. Okay. Actually, I really need to hop into Alliance Quest. Really slacking on my AQ. I'm sorry, R. Loki. I'm so sorry. Okay, well that's already taken on the left there. Let's go around. Middle's good. We're gonna go around left here. Let's do that. Taylor Boss did it over another buck. Thank you. Where are your last one? It felt good having a nice fresh slap instead of like a 6-hour cold or a 6-hour old slap. Yeah. Sorry, man. About any wrongful slapping experiences in the past. But thank you again, dude. BG, I'm doing my first ever grind of the Crystal Cornucopia. Hold on, we got some super passive AI here to deal with. Ugh, jeez. How much should I go for to place for the top 5%? In Crystal Cornucopia, I don't know what it goes for these days, I'm sorry. I would guess maybe... where did I get this degen from? Is it from this specific guy? I just realized those are all my armor ups, I guess. Well, that stinks. For that, I would guess maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of... I don't know, about 2 million or something like that. I really don't know. Okay, I want to try to do a heavy attack, but I can't even seem to get a heavy attack. Ah, of course, now I immediately get the heavy attack. Jeez. Get out of my face, Doombot. My goodness. That's the only thing that I don't like about doing map 4 of Alliance Quest right now. Seems to be way more passive, as I'm sure everyone already knows, than the higher level ones. Alright, anyway, power reserve, okay. Well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and use Medusa on this one. Let's do this beast. Okay. Any advice on 5.1.6? 5.1.6? That's the, what's the name of the node? The degen, if you don't attack the opponent every 6 seconds or something. Try to bait out specials early as possible. If you find yourself stuck in a situation where the opponent has lots of power and you can't really attack them, but you need to attack them, otherwise you're gonna start degenning to death. And what you could do is kind of delay your attacks on the like parry stun. First off, avoid that. Don't push them to like 2 bars of power. Try your best not to, at least. And then parry, and then delay your attack on the parry. Wait like until the parry stun is almost over. And then just do one little light attack, and then back off. Other than that, no, I mean, that's about it. That node's really annoying to deal with, really tough to deal with. It's pretty tough for everybody, so. Oh, I see. I think we have the node where I can't attack into their block. But I'm Namor, so I can do whatever I want. I can attack into your block. I really wish I was running suicides right now, too. But I ain't. Let's just pop the L2. I don't think we need to do any L3 shenanigans here. Later, Doombot. That was much better than using Colossus. BG did my first path in Labyrinth on my alternate account without spending units. Hey, congrats. Really good stuff. Hi BG, you're going to use Iron Man Affinity War for that King Groot in 6.4.2. King Groot in 6.4.2. You sure it's the second one? I was looking at the second one today. I didn't see a King Groot. Maybe there's a King Groot that I didn't look at. But if so, I don't know. I haven't looked at what King Groot does in 6.4, so I guess we'll see. Tom Luckman sent it over one of them New Zealand bucks. Tom, thank you very much. Let me see what you're talking about here. By the way, guys, I'll be able to read the chat much better in like 2 minutes. Going through these AQ fights. I do have to pay a bit more attention, but once we get out of here, it'll be a lot easier to see what everyone's talking about. See what who down. Jeez, dude, really? That heavy attack? You're so far away. Okay. Alright, Tom, what do we got? BG, my girlfriend was mad at me for kicking ice cubes around the kitchen. It's all sorted now. It's just water under the fridge. Oh, water under the fridge? Tom, no, dude. Boo. Water under the fridge? Boo. And special one. You know what? Let's use Colossus for this with the armor ups. Hopefully it won't be too bad. And if I slip up, well, he can't bleed me. Okay, so far so good. I get like one more heavy attack off just to push him away from the L1. Ah! I knew I was gonna get hit by it, man. Archangel's L1 always hits me. Except for that time. That should be over. Heh, you get it? Oh, I get it. But boo. Hey, BG and everybody, hope everyone is okay. What kind of rewards do you think we'll get if they release a Cavalier monthly event? I don't really know. Alright, cool. AQ energy spent. Let's get out of here. I don't really know. I'm guessing it'll be somewhat related to 6-star things. Like, if we look at the event quest for uncollected right now, we get some, you know, 5-star Sig Stones. So I imagine we'll get a small amount of 6-star Sig Stones from it. A bit more 6-star shards than we get here. Maybe a bit more tier 2 alpha, tier 5 basic. Just generally a bit of an upgrade over uncollected. I don't think it's gonna be too wild of rewards. So I'm not really expecting something crazy. Just a little upgrade, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes Kabam likes to surprise us with a nice big upgrade, and sometimes it's just something relatively small-ish. All right, hold on. Let me dump energy. Yeah, we'll finish up heroic here. BG thought about doing variant, but which one should I do? It depends a little bit on your roster as for which variant's going to be the easiest for you. But typically variant 3 or variant 4, those are the two variants that you'd want to start with. If you have really powerful tech champions like Sentinel or Ghost ranked up, then you're going to want to go with variant 3. And if not, well, hopefully you have an option for the final boss of or hopefully you can get yourself through the first chapter of variant 4. The first chapter is harder than the others, but if you can make it through that, then you don't need to use as high of level of champions and stuff, and it's really not too bad for the others. So, is it Sunday in your arena or on your area? It's Monday for me. Yeah. It's still Sunday right now. It's 10:21 p.m. Sunday night. Speed of Variant 4 coming close to finishing out first run through of it. Nice star. That is awesome. Hope you're doing well, BG. Punchinator. Right back at you, man. I am doing well. Hopefully you are too. BJ ranked up Corvus and Nick Fury, and should I rank up Sentinel? Yeah, Sentinel's a great champ. Still got some rank up materials, sure. BJ, I know everyone loves Aegon, but you have to play perfect to build up that combo, and I don't play perfectly. Really frustrating at times. I hear you, man. I feel the same way. I would love to pull an Aegon, and I would make use of him on occasion, but for the average quest, keep that man away from me. I don't want to sit here building up a super long combo on the first couple of fights and everything. Like, no, man, I don't want to do that. But of course, for certain things, it's worth the build up, and yeah, I mean, he just dominates. So he's amazing to have. But every time I try to watch your stream, it freezes. Jose, it's weird, man. I'm not sure why it does that. I don't have any issues on my end. Maybe try lowering the resolution, if you could even hear this. You just had the most insane 5-star luck, Corvus, and then Domino. Nice. Congrats. Good stuff. Domino Mutant Queen, yes or no? I don't know what that means. Do you mean like she's the best mutant or something like that? If so, I think there are better mutants. But she's really good. Pairing him with Star-Lord, and you can afford some hits to the face without losing the streak. Yeah, that's true too. Or I think Proxima has the same synergy as well, and Proxima has a bonus alongside of it as well, I think, right? Let's take it on over to Aunt May, because I don't have... Well, technically I do have a 6-star Aegon, but it's unawakened, so... of course I don't use him. Let me see here. Nope. Synergies. This is what I wanted to see. Yeah. Combo Breaker. Activate Combo Shield for 5 seconds when the champion would lose their combos. Ability activates only 1 time per fight. And then she also has Warrior of the Stars. Plus 25% potency to Fury effects. Which is pretty nice when you get the combo built up a bit. So yeah. It's a great synergy to keep in mind. The Elite Kama. Sending over 2. Thank you very much. Stand between Black Widow Clairvoyant and Sorcerer Supreme. Best Mystic for 6.4. I am only just getting my feet wet in 6.4. So I don't know I don't know if I have an answer for you. I'm sorry. They're both really powerful. From what I've seen so far in the first quest, I don't think either would have an advantage over the other that I can think of. They both seem to be about as good, but I don't really know. I think I want to say people might like Claire overall better just because Claire has the immunities. Actually, yeah, this what Caught Out Contempt was saying. This is kind of what I was thinking too. Said no suicides, Sorcerer Supreme, and with suicides, Claire. I would say that's probably right, but I don't know, like, I don't have enough experience with Claire, and it's possible that even when running suicide, or even without running suicides, it's possible that Claire could still be the better champion. I don't know. But if you run suicides, I would definitely go with Claire. Suicides on Sorcerer Supreme is not really a good time. Unfortunately, that's about the best advice I can give you. Because I have played both champions, but with very limited experience, and also pretty limited with 6.4, so... Sorry I couldn't help more, but thank you very much for the 2. Hey BG, watching Rocco's Modern Life. Pixie Bell, okay. Oh, man. Well, I was gonna do the Crystal Trove, but we have ourselves a Tier 1 Alpha arena, Let's do the tier 1 alpha arena. Should have known we had this arena. Okay. Yeah, please don't spam. If you're getting timed out, it's likely because you're spamming. If you come back and don't spam, and I see your message, I'll answer you. Gee, should I finish 6.2 or 100% Act 5 first? I mean, 6.2 is pretty rough content. If you're able to get through it, the rewards there are better. But if you're having a tough time, then don't break the bank in terms of all of your items and stuff like that. Just go do Act 5, and you'll get an additional rank up out of that. Possibly an additional awakening and whatever else Act 5 has, and yeah. Let's do that. You need your opinion. How many units approximately would you recommend in trying to tackle the remainder of 6.2.3 and 4? 48 out of 50 in 6.2. 48 out of 58. 30 out of 36 in 6.3. And 21 out of 36 in 6.4. Average/above average skills. J-Mets. I see you sent over 2 now. I almost wish you didn't send over the 2, because I have no clue, man. I have no clue the number of units. Like, if you, it's such a wide-ranging thing. If you take your time with it, and you get all the free revives that come with a 22-hour solo event, and you know, farm up some potions and stuff like that, it could be 0 units. It could very easily be 0 units if you're patient enough. Or if you just want to blow through it this week or something, then yeah, you could find yourself spending quite a few units. But man, I have no way to come up with an estimate for you, you know? I recommend just taking things one path at a time. And if you are patient, again, that will save you. But I also understand if you just want to knock it out, get it done. But, of course, that's going to come at an additional cost. But yeah, I don't even know where to begin in terms of giving you an estimate on on something like that. Like, I could just say a random number. But that's all it would be, is a random number, you know. The one thing I guess I could maybe say, since this is such an individual thing, is if you're, let's say, about, let me see, how many paths in total is that? 58 plus 36 plus 36, so 130 total paths. And you've done 99 of them. So you're basically 75% done. Yeah, I would say I don't know. I would maybe just estimate it as you know, whatever it's cost you so far. Add about you know, another 25% on top of that or something, you know. Maybe that math isn't totally correct, but about. You know what I mean? Add another 1/3, I guess. Whatever you've spent so far. He sent over another 2, just saying still would have sent it for the support, as always. Alright, man. Yeah, you are quite supportive. Thank you very much, dude. Wish I could have a better answer for you, but thank you very much. Bonesaw and Hoochie Wife also sending over $1. I hope there's a... No, why? Bonesaw, why does this happen? I know you're sending over messages, but I'm not getting any messages at all, dude. Can you maybe send me a tweet with exactly what message you're putting into the chat? Because I have no idea how to get to the bottom of this, but maybe if you send over exactly what you sent in the YouTube chat, just at me on Twitter with the exact message, because I want to try to get to the bottom of this as to why your name is just not showing up in the chat anymore. You're not banned. Well, wait a minute. I don't think you're banned, at least. Can you still even send super chats when you're banned? I don't even think you can. Pun Master sent over two. Saying, Beaver, how are you and Laura? I hope she's doing well. Tell her we miss her. And she needs to make the crystal cleanup. She needs to do the crystal cleanup. P.S. Happy birthday, Banana Conda. Wow, I don't know if anyone's ever called me Banana Conda before. Thank you. Also, my first job was working in an orange juice factory, but I got canned. Couldn't concentrate. Oh, boo. Boo. But thank you very much, Punmaster69. Alright, let me do a quick search for... Can I search this? Oh, if you heard a Windows ding, that was me. Do not check your computer. Check an entire list of people that are banned, and no, you're not banned. So I don't know what's going on, but for some reason YouTube does not like your comments. But you are for sure not banned. So bizarre. B. Daniels sending over 10 as well, though. B. Daniels, thank you so much, dude. Saying, I didn't plan on donating tonight, but I know much Pixie likes watching other people get buddies, so here you go. All right. sending me 10 in Pixie's name, basically. B. Daniels, thank you. Never noticed how inappropriate Rocco's modern life is, especially the innuendos? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Alright, let me check Twitter to see if Bonesaw sent something over. Hold on. I mean, Hold on. Someone keeps spamming for the 6-star roster. You know what? Here, man. Here's my 6-star roster. Please don't spam anymore. Alright, hold on. Okay, alright. Bonesaw did send something over. Saying, here we go. Hoochie wife got motivated the other night to try for 6.2 and she did it. Command was nice enough to toss her a 6-star gambit for her troubles. Oh well, on to 6.3. First off, congrats to Hoochie wife. And yeah, unfortunate on the gambit, but congrats for getting through 6.2. I don't know why this message would not have gone through on YouTube. This makes no sense. This doesn't even come close to hitting any of the filters that I have set up to prevent the bots. Let me just read through carefully again. Hold on, let me look at my filters while I do this, because this is a real problem. I honestly don't think I have anything set up to prevent this though, but okay, hold on. No. I have no clue. Nothing even close to preventing this comment from coming through. Dude, I don't know what's going on, man. Bonesaw. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know how to fix this, but that's so bizarre, man. That's so bizarre. Now the bad thing is I'm not sure like how many people that's happening to. Very strange. Okay. Puntinator sent it over too, saying because you're helping the sanity during isolation. Well, thanks, man. Thank you very much. Daniels sent it over a buck saying, did you happen to ban the word hoochie by any chance? No, man. No, absolutely not. Bots have never used that word. So no. And he's still able to send through Super Chat, and I'm pretty sure if there was a problem with that word, that name would not be able to even appear, you know what I mean? So, YouTube doesn't ban my comments, BG just doesn't read them. It's true. It's true. I could see all of your comments. Ryan Friedman sent it over a buck. Thank you, man. Hang on one sec. Where's your last one at? Last one. Here we go. ABG, what is your favorite crystal to open? Favorite crystal to open? I mean, it's got to be a 6-star crystal, man. The 6-star crystals, my 6-star roster at the moment, it's not terrible, but I also don't have a ton of champions that want to rank up. You don't have like a super exciting, oh, I'm going to take this champion to rank 3 kind of 6-star. At least not awakened yet. Maybe once I get them awakened, but... so yeah, favorite is a 6-star, but if that's too obvious of an answer, maybe I can come up with a different crystal that I also like to pop open. Maybe something other than the standard crystal. Don't use your special, buddy. Okay, whatever. Favorite crystal outside of one of those. I mean, I opened tons of arena crystals, but that's the first thing that really comes to mind. It's just, dude, I love getting units. And any opportunity to score some units. Outside of that, maybe like the legendary crystals where they have a chance to give you 5-star, even though most of the time you get a 4-star kind of thing. But yeah, man, uncollected arena crystals. When you see that 225 come around, universe egg. Well, I don't open the universe egg, but of course that's my favorite crystal. But I don't open that one. John Daniels in here. Sending over 3. Possibly related to B. Daniels? Probably not, but thank you for the 3. Saying love you, BG. Well, dude, thank you very much for the support. Appreciate it, man. Steel sending over a buck as well. Saying if you could choose between 5-star Aegon, Ghost, or Doom to add to your account, which one would it be, and why would it be Mole Man? P.S. Happy birthday. Yeah, I could tell you one thing for certain. It would not be Mole Man. F Mole Man, dude. That guy sucks. I really... Mole Man just... He disappointed me on a different level, man, because I was actually really excited for Mole Man. I thought he was cool, man. I still think he looks cool and everything, but just so disappointing to play. So it ain't Mole Man. And it is, of course, Ghost. Ghost, just so strong, man. Ghost has to be it for me. Like, all the most difficult quests I do, it's just, all I could think of is like, oh, This is, you know, Ghost can do this. Great. But I don't have her. Maybe not every single quest, right? But a lot of them. A lot of the most difficult ones. Going back to 6.2, the 5th quest, the most difficult global node that we've ever had. She seems to get through it just fine. A lot of the power gain nodes, which you'd think wouldn't make any sense, but it does somehow. Yeah, it'd be Ghost. But thank you, dude. Tony Crash sent over 10 as well. Tony, thank you very much. Saying I have 14 5-star rank 5s and 4 6-star rank 2s. Have about 10 other 5-stars that deserve rank 5, but don't really need any of them for endgame content. I'm thinking of just focusing on 6-star rank ups only. Thoughts? You know, you're not alone in this. I think other people have done the same thing. I guess here's my biggest thought on it. You can choose to focus on 6 stars, but don't ignore your 5 stars. You know what I mean? Just don't get so much in that mindset of, oh, 5s don't matter anymore, that you just kind of tunnel vision the 6 stars when maybe some new content comes out, and if you ranked up a 5-star, it would greatly help you to get through it or something, you know? It might sound obvious, but I feel like that happened with people a lot when people kind of made that transition to 5 stars. They just ignored 4 stars, and, you know, there were times where 4-star champions were just better than most people's 5 stars. So yeah, the same thing will happen for sure when it comes to the 6 stars. But yeah, some people like to do that. Some people like to focus on the 6 stars and maybe only rank up 5 stars with rank up gems that you get from variants and things like that, or maybe special offers if you pick some of those up. So I don't think it's a problem to do as long as you don't actually need the 5 stars and don't forget about them, you know. Personally, I guess one last thing I'll say on it is, personally, I still love ranking up 5-star champions. They're just easier to rank up, easier to awaken, easier to get high sig level in. I don't know if the cooldown in the incursions really matters, but they do have a little bit of a lower cooldown versus the 6 stars, which could be slightly annoying if you find yourself playing incursions a lot. But yeah, just the fact that getting them sig level even, that's a huge deal. So, but Tony, thank you very much for the 10. Essentially, it's fine, but proceed with caution, you know what I mean? Cairo also sent over a buck. Thank you, dude. Saying... There we go. BG, not sure if you knew this, but the beginner quest and some of the other difficulties are an awesome way to get units. Look at the individual rewards and see, especially with them being 1 energy. Oh yeah, dude. I am well aware, trust me. I always hit those quests. In fact, they're in my unit farming guide to basically do a one-time clear of those quests. Anything beyond one-time clear becomes kind of questionable if it's worth it or not. For some people, it'll be worth it if you have extra energy. A lot of people, I feel like that would be too much energy for them, and you know, it might be better to spend that energy elsewhere. With any leftover energy, use that to advance in story and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, I always do a single clear in both beginner and normal. I haven't done it this month yet, but I do it every month. Usually auto fighting, since you're gonna take like 1 hit to go through. So, but yeah, dude, thank you very much for the buck. It's a good shout for anyone who's not doing that. Get yourself in the earlier difficulties. And Tom's sending over another buck as well with a sad face. Oh no. Why is there a sad face, Tom? BG, today I was asked to go out by 5 girls. Sadly, it was due to me being in the woman's bathroom. I see why the sad face. That sad face was a prediction of what my face was going to be like hearing this. Boo. Don't encourage him, Pixie Belle. Don't laugh at this man's jokes. Boo. But thank you, Tom. I just find it funny that I'm like, boo, but thank you. At the end. Oh, man. I do appreciate it, but at the same time, boo. Yeah. Oh, man. Steel sent over another 2, saying most difficult global node for me is life transfer. What? Alright. Now I know you're trolling, because that is the best. That is the easiest to deal with global node there is. Life transfer. I mean, combine it with Spectre, and now maybe we got something, but come on, Sentinel. Not the shenanigans. Oh man, I wish I didn't drop suicides. I mean, it was nice questing without suicides, but the sad face was for the tangent stingus. Okay, fine, fair. But Steel, thank you very much. And then In-N-Out Burgers also sent over 2. Oh man, sweet. The stream is sponsored by In-N-Out Burgers now, apparently. Even though I've never actually had one, or maybe I shouldn't say that. Never mind, I take that back. In-N-Out Burgers, they're the best. Okay. Anyway, the message from In-N-Out Burgers is this. Son, one day you'll be a man. Dad, I'm 32. But the AutoZone guy had to change your wipers. Also, what did one eye say to the other eye? Between you and me, something smells. This stream is no longer sponsored by In-N-Out Burger. Boo! Do you have Quake, BG? Yes, Pixie Belle. I have Quake. I think you're trolling with that, right? Hey, BG, did you hear about that aggressive pepper? I've heard it'll... Oh, man. I'm done reading jokes. It feels like every night I have to start saying that earlier and earlier. Heard it'll get jalapeno face. Boo. Ryan Friedman sent over 12 saying, hey BG, what do you edit videos on? The program I use is DaVinci Resolve. It's free. Really powerful for a free piece of software too. And then if you decide to buy it, it's actually a lot cheaper than something like Adobe Premiere. Because it's a one-time payment of $300 versus a subscription that adds up to, good God, way more than $300 over time. But yeah, that's the program I used to edit videos with. I used to use Sony Vegas, and it was fine, but yeah. It was easier to learn that than it was to learn DaVinci Resolve, but I'd recommend DaVinci Resolve. I don't know, has a little bit more of a learning curve to it, so as long as you can make it past that, it's not too bad. there's tons of videos out there that will show you how to use it and everything too, so makes it not so bad. But Ryan, thank you very much for the 12. And you sent over a buck earlier, right? You did, so 13. Okay. Let's update. This is a big old D. Ryan, thank you very much. No, I'm not. I kept reading for you to use Quake, and I say he doesn't have Quake, stop asking. Ah, okay. Okay. I thought you were trolling because people have always told me to use Quake. And I always say how much I don't like playing Quake, and that's why I don't use her. But I do have a Quake, yeah. She's here at rank. Whoops, there she was. She's here at rank 3. So eventually she'll probably get to rank 5. But I really don't enjoy using the champion, so. Let's use you, actually. Let's just use the 5 stars. Whoops. There we go. Finally beat the champion today on to 6.3. Nice. Congrats. The old champion boss. Oh, and just in case. Hold on one sec. I don't think you were asking. I think you were just asking about the program I was using, right? But if you were also asking, like what kind of device I'm using to edit videos and stuff, I just have a standard desktop computer that at this point is getting to be a little bit old. I put it together in 2016. Still works just fine, but I later this year, I'm probably going to be looking to upgrade. And yeah, just put together a new computer. I'm waiting for basically the next AMD processors to come out, which will, I think, be in the fall, and then put together a new computer. I do not like editing on laptops, the screen and everything. It's just very cumbersome. But it's doable on a laptop if that's what you're working with. It's just it's a little bit annoying having the I don't know. I guess for me in general, I just prefer having things like more spaced out with a separate keyboard, and I know on laptops you can attach like a second screen, but I always really like having an extra screen or an ultra-wide monitor just so that you can more easily see everything, but yeah. Emperor's Gaming sent an over 5. Thank you very much. Saying, can I get a shout out? Well, yeah, man. Shout out to Emperor's Gaming. Thank you very much for the 5, dude. I appreciate the support. I could definitely get a shout out. What's up, man? Thank you very much, Emperor's Gaming. Okay, 6.2.3 is the next project. Roboto. Sounds good. Good luck. BG, that Mysterio's sick. He's pretty cool. I actually got to use him in a quest today for the first time in a while. I don't end up using him too much, but he's fun. Tips for content after champion boss? Like where to go next? Is that what you're asking? Well, if you're able to do like a single clear of Act 6, there's some really good rewards there. So yeah, I'd recommend maybe looking towards that. If you haven't done the variants yet, 6.2 is more difficult than any of the variants. So, although variants are still still tough content, so you might find yourself still having a hard time, especially in like Variant 1. But if you're able to defeat the champion, then yeah, I'd say Variant difficulties or single clear of 6.3 and 6.4. Rel Skull is sending over 2. Thank you. Saying, should I rank 5 long shots? Which mystic hits harder? Long shot? I mean, long shot is one of the hardest hitting mystics if the opponent has lots of buffs on them. If the opponent does not have lots of buffs, he honestly doesn't hit that hard. He's just kind of... I mean, it's still above average, but he's not going to hit as hard as someone like... out of the mystics, I feel like Mojo might have the highest damage potential. Well, let me pull up the mystics again. Sim Supreme has some pretty high damage potential too if you could spam specials and get the multiple armor breaks. He has some really good damage output. In general, Doom is an amazing mystic. For a variety of reasons, but man, he's got like that reliable power control and all that. Claire is also super strong. Sorcerer Supreme I like, but if you're in a situation where the opponents have buffs, then yeah, Longshot he might do the most damage. I don't know if there's any champion that does more damage if the opponent has buffs on them. Especially if you use this synergy right here. Here we go. If you have Rogue on the team, Longshot Special 2 has a 42% chance to inflict an additional Incinerate for each bad karma removed by Fate Seal. If you're not sure what that means, I have a very detailed Longshot video that explains all of it. I recommend checking that out. And yeah, with Rogue on the team, the damage output, it's nutso, man. It's super good. But without buffs, he's just okay. You know. Thank you very much for the 2. I'm not sure if you had other mystics that you were deciding between, or you were just asking in general the mystic class. But yeah, hopefully that gives a little bit of help. Ryan sending over another 5. Ryan, thank you very much. Saying, do you like any sports? Not really, but sort of at the same time. So I always enjoyed playing sports, but I never really enjoyed watching sports. When I was younger, I did enjoy watching basketball, and you know, growing up in New Jersey, about 20 minutes outside of New York City or whatever, my aunt would actually take me to see some Knicks games. And yeah, I'd watch basketball at home and everything too. That's like the biggest sports fan I've ever been. That was maybe, man, that was a while ago. That was, I want to say, almost 20 years ago that I was into basketball. I was pretty young. But I always enjoyed playing sports. Pretty much any sport. I wasn't really like competitive playing sports, but if my friends, like even though I always played video games growing up, if my friends came by and they were like, "Hey man, we're gonna go play football or basketball or whatever," I'd always be into it. I actually played tennis a little bit growing up. Until our local park's tennis court got all kind of messed up, but yeah. I wish I played more sports, because yeah, I'd be in much better shape. And I don't know if you count extreme sports or whatever. I don't even know if you could say extreme sports for what I was doing, but I've always been into BMX stuff. I always build jumps and stuff like that, and yeah. We had a nice... Growing up, there was like a... There was a lot of different areas for like dirt jumps that we'd go to. But dude, Ryan, thank you very much for another 5, man. Hopefully, dude, hopefully all this virus stuff ends soon so people can get back to their sports, because I know all that stuff's pretty much canceled right now. BG, step back into Tier 1 and finally uploaded some content. Check it out if you get the time. Sorry about the self-promo. Oh, Peanach, it's fine, man. You've been talking about making content for a while. You've been in here for a while. Generally, here's the rule for self-promo, guys. If you just joined the stream and your sole purpose is to just try to advertise your content, get out of here. We don't need you. But if you're in the stream all the time, you're actually part of the conversations and stuff like that, and then you make some content, well, cool, man. Tell us about it, you know? That's a little different. So, I will, I'll try to, remember to check it out after the stream or something. But that's cool that you made the content. What's up, Dicer? Indeed, I enjoy to play just about any sport, but I can never get myself to care about sports enough to watch other grown men / women play sports. Never understood the sports fan mentality, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I could understand it. It's just, you know, just add it to the list of things that I'm personally not too into. But it is impressive, like, the lengths these guys go through to... the athleticism and all that, you know. You see a guy leaping through the air to catch a football. It's pretty impressive, but at the same time, I can't watch a football game long enough for a moment like that to happen. Like, I don't know, man. My mind just rather be doing other things. Esports, I should say. I don't watch a ton of esports either, but if we add that to the sports conversation, even though it's obviously very different, but some similarities. I do watch a few video game tournaments. Hey, I'm the guy who got my first rank 5 to be Ghost. Update, I explored 5.4, got an Invisible Woman, and Old Guillotine, and a Mystic Gem used on Claire. Also, I one-shot Labyrinth Red Hulk in 175 hits. Nice, man. Sounds like you're killing it with that Ghost. Good stuff. BG, who is next 4-star in Arena? I'm thinking of grinding my heart out and attempting to get them. And what were you saying that you clear to get units? I just looked and didn't see any in monthly event. The monthly event, let's go take a look. So the monthly event quest, any difficulty that you go into outside of, I think, uncollected. Well, we'll check that in a second, but if you pop into beginner here and you click on the view rewards, you'll see some units. And each of the quests has units. It usually goes 5, 10, 15 for the completion rewards, and then it resets 5, 10, 15 again. So yeah, if you do a single clear, you get some units that way. But I don't think uncollected has any, right? I think that's the only one that doesn't. Yeah, uncollected, for whatever reason, they decided to pull the units out of that. The next 4-star in the arena, though, I mean, the next featured 4-star is the new Storm. I don't know the basic off the top of my head, but that information is out there somewhere, since we can predict the 4-star basics, if that's the one you're asking about. For how much they're paid, they should be impressive. It's very true. I still understand how people can care as much as some do. Team losing / winning doesn't affect my life in any way. Yeah, I do think it gets a little overboard. I mean, I could understand getting behind something, but dude, people out there will kill. like those times where people actually got killed, either fans or the like, wasn't there people that got like trampled after like people stormed the field for like a soccer match or something like that? Like I don't think that stuff happens super often, but it has happened before, right? It really ruins people's days with that stuff, but you know, whatever people are into at the end of the day. Oh, come on, really? He's attacking into his block. He decides to pop his special. But alright, Lakers bodyguard with the upside down face, sending over $1. What do we got here? I'm getting in and out. I bet you are, Lakers bodyguard. I bet you are. Wait, was that even the last message, or was that when you sent... I think that was the last message. Well, enjoy your in and out, dude. Ryan sent it over another 2, saying I have to go to sleep. See you tomorrow. Alright, man. Thank you very much for all the support. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And have a good night. But yeah, thank you again. Watching sports in just secondhand competition that you have no control over, it's like a gambling high. Yeah, I do know a lot of people gamble with that stuff, whether it's like straight bet or just like fantasy leagues and stuff like that. So I guess that definitely helps people get more invested into it too, right? When you actually have something on the line. I'm a diehard sports fan. My day is ruined when my Jayhawks lose. Wait, Jayhawks? Hold on. There are Jayhawks teams. I didn't. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what Jayhawks was. That's how little I know about sports, I guess. I was like, I can't tell if this is a troll message or not. I've heard of other Hawks, but I never heard of Jayhawks. Or maybe I haven't. I just forgot. But. IBG, this is my first message in your stream after watching you for over a year. Well, Roy, welcome. Welcome to the chat, at least. Just a quick cue, is Omega immune to reverse controls? No. Omega Red is not immune to reverse controls. However, the way that you can play against reverse controls, Omega is a little bit better than the average champion for it, I would say. It's a little bit easier to handle reverse controls if you mostly just do heavy attacks throughout the fight, and because Omega Red has that D-gem with his heavy attack, you kind of slow play things, and, you know, you don't have to focus on, like, swiping to dash in and out, and instead you can just focus on, you know, swiping toward the opponent to dash back and evade specials, and then just parry stun to get heavy attacks off. It's still not, you know, of course it's ideal to have somebody who's fully immune to reverse controls, but he's slightly better at least. I have found myself using Omega Red at times against reverse controls as a result. Yesterday you talked about the suicide masteries. I got 1 point in every one of them, but don't have willpower. But I have Ghost, Claire, Hype, and Namor, so I'm good. Kind of. I really don't recommend doing 1 point in all of them. But yeah, you're kind of good, I guess. Here's the thing, man. Here's why I don't recommend doing that. It's too late at this point, but no matter how many points in Liquid Courage you have, the penalty is the same. You take 0.6% poison damage. I mean, with Ghost, I guess you have the added benefit of being able to shrug off both poison and bleed at the start of the fight. But with all of the other champions, you know, if you're gonna get 20% additional attack, you might as well stack in the same category to get it. Not to mention the bleed one actually costs more. So if you just went all poison, for example, you'd have 30% attack versus the 20% that you have now, you know? Like I said, you know, it's I guess it's not a huge deal if you're having an okay time with it, but for anyone else out there thinking about doing the same, just a word of caution. Really judging people for watching and enjoying sports while watching someone play a PVC? What does PVC stand for? I don't think it was really a judging thing. At least that's not how I was intending it, man. Maybe you're referring to someone else's comments. It's whatever people are into, man. I don't care. I was just saying I'm personally not into it the same way some people are personally not into video games. But definitely not in a judging way. World's Finest Dudes sending over 2, saying tweet tweet. Alright, World's Finest Dudes. What do we got, man? What is this? Brian Grant the album. 1, No Ghost. For the longest time. Wow. 2, ISO Eater. 3, Crystal Be Good. 4, Stairway to Abyss. 5, It's a Long Way to 6.4. 6, With a Little Help from My Corvus. Wow, man. Wow, this is actually... Okay, 7, Power of Void. 8, All You Need Is Ghost. It's true. 9, Can't Stop Hoarding. And 10, of course, We Are the Champions. Wow. You really put together a list of 10. I want to boo for some of those, but I can't because, well, there's a full album. If it was just one song, I would boo it, but it's a full album. But World's Finest Dudes, thank you very much for the 2, dude. Good stuff. Sadly, I can't say I'm not a crazy sports fan. I scream at my TV often about things I can't control. Yeah, I hear you. My dad has always been into football. He's always been a Giants fan. And I've heard many a scream at a TV growing up. But I think that's the only sport that basically my entire family was into, like my immediate family at least. My brother's not too into sports. My mom doesn't really care. I've been to some football games too. I want to say I think I've been to maybe 1 or 2 hockey games. The New Jersey Devils. Probably maybe like 3 football games, and then maybe, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 7 or 8 basketball games. That's pretty much my sports history, and I guess some baseball games too, but also a pretty low amount of those. Actually, the last baseball team I went to go see, it was a minor league baseball team. Hold on, I'm gonna look up. I think they were the Newark Bears. Is that the name of them? Let me see. Newark Bears were an American professional baseball team based in Newark. Did they change? Oh, year folded, 2013. Huh. I guess they're just no more? Or... Oh, man. Well, I'm not going to read this to see what happened, but... that was the last sports event I went to, I think. Live one, at least. Alright, anyway. Chris, sending over 5. Thank you, man. Saying, do you have any MCOC lullabies? MCOC lullabies. I mean, the closest thing I think is more of a stare into my egg as I hypnotize you, or as the egg hypnotizes you. It's not really a lullaby. I don't even know where to begin, man. MCOC lullabies. I could probably write the worst lullaby of all time. If you gave me about 10 minutes. Yeah, no. I've got nothing, man. I've got nothing. He's not talking about soccer. Sorry, rest of the world. Yeah, when I say football, talking about American football. Maybe I should clarify since this is a global game. Not. I'm talking about football, not football. That was a terrible. I don't even know what that was supposed to be. I was trying to do a some kind of American accent and some sort of European accent, and it just sounded very similar and somehow very crappy. I don't even know. Oh man. I'll give you 20 minutes. Dude, I can't write the lullaby while streaming though. And I'm certainly not going to write a lullaby after the stream is over. Like, alright. Time to work on a video. What should I work on? Oh, I know. A lullaby. COC. Maybe I should ask you this, Chris. Do you know any MCOC lullabies? I think people will pay to see it. I just did. Well, people also paid to see... I don't know, what's a really crappy movie? The Avengers. No, I'm just kidding. That's the worst movie I could think of. It's the only movie that I could think of. I like The Avengers, alright? Don't kill me, please. Please. No, just sit there and look pretty, Baldy. See, that I can do. I mean, unless you count the pretty part, because, well, that I can't do, but... Grandpa used to take me to Clippers baseball games on Diamond Dog nights, but I just went for the $1 worth of hot dogs. Wait, the Clippers was a baseball team? I thought that was a basketball team. Well, I guess there's... I guess there. Oh, jeez. The Mystic Dispersion. No. I guess there's always more than one. It's like there's giants in football and giants in baseball, and yeah. I think I'm dead here. Oh yeah, super dead. Rip. Chris, thank you for the 5, man. I came here because I don't know any. Wow, I'm unsubbing. Dude, what do you want me to do? You want me to really write a lullaby right now for MCOC? I got none. Maybe if you just listen to the soothing voices of a man who doesn't know much about anything, but likes to grind the arena. Maybe that will help lull you to sleep. I know it helps put other people to sleep, so. Is that a Hobbit in here? Hobbit, what's up, dude? PG, what's your favorite football team? I don't really have one, man. I guess it would be the Giants, just because, like I said, my my dad's a Giants fan. So, by default, I feel like I also need to be a Giants fan. You know, I mean, I'm in Seattle now, so hey, I could just jump on the Seahawks train, you know what I mean? But nah. I was born in New Jersey, where we don't have any football teams, and we gotta look to New York for everything. He needs to ask Dorky Dave for a lullaby? Yeah, there we go. Dave could whip something up pretty quick. But I could not. Literally no hate, just wondering. Just wondering what? I think I missed the first part. So does he never play Arena? Oh, I'm not sure. You might have to ask him on that one. I don't know if he plays the Arena or not. BG, you got a 6-star Clairvoyant. What do you think? I think that's great, man. I think that's an amazing pull. Claire does not need to be awakened. So, yeah, really good stuff. Because it's very difficult to awaken 6 stars, but hey, if you don't need it, then bingo. One of the best 6 stars you could get. Is he a giant fan of the Giants? Boo. But he is a big fan of the Giants. What does New Jersey have now that you left? Was I the... Oh, that's the saddest thing I ever heard, man. If I was actually one of... If you were looking to me as a, as an attraction for New Jersey. No, I mean, New Jersey still has a lot of stuff, man. Nobody... They didn't exactly build a statue for me for having an MCOC YouTube channel in New Jersey, you know? And if they did, I would have ran. Can you imagine that? Hey, we see that you have a Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. We want to assemble this bronze statue of you grinding the arena on a toilet. ABG, how much... what score is needed to get fully formed 5-star from Crystal Trove Arena? I don't really know much about the Crystal Trove. Let me go take a look and see how far up 5-star is even. So I imagine it's... Yeah, the top 5, that's going to vary all the time, man. Maybe there's some kind of consistency for it, but I have no clue. I don't know anyone who's gotten top 5. If someone's in here right now and they have gotten top 5, well, they probably don't want to share their score, but if you do want to share your score, then please feel free. BG just pulled 5-star Omega Red and ranked 4 awakened him to Sig 100. But after playing him against Winter Soldier, I kind of lost the hype. The spore didn't do the damage the Sig ability said it would. Spores didn't do the damage the Sig ability said it would? Maybe... Are you thinking that... Because I think in the Sig ability it says damage per second, but damage over time effects, they go every half second in this game. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe that's why the numbers looked low to you? Oh, jeez. Ran right into that one. Come on, Emma. Now I can't even use my special. Actually, yeah, I can. Yeah, Omega Red, I mean, first off, he's not really supposed to be like the highest damaging champ ever, I guess. I don't know. He is pretty good at fighting Winter Soldier, as I say that, but the most impressive thing about Omega Red is just the versatility that the champion has, I would say. So, you know, try him out in different quests. He's great against opponents that have any sort of Thorns style damage where it's going to reflect the damage at you. What was I going to say? He, of course, is immune to poison. He's basically immune to bleed, but almost better in a way since you could get the willpower healing still since you're just reducing the damage. You could fully reduce it if you have the 1 point in Coagulate. And just the type of damage he has in general, where you don't really need to hit the opponent a lot. And also the opponent can't shrug things off if you have 10 spores on him. He can do a lot. One of two, sending over one of them Canadian bucks, talking about a loony, quite possibly half a toonie. Thank you, man, saying... Today I was recycling and gave my dead batteries away. They were free of charge. Oh. Give me mine and I'll be off to bed. Well, here it is. Boo. I was wondering. I was like... I didn't think it was a joke. But it did throw me off a little bit when you said, today I was recycling. And I'm like, And I've read a lot of comments. I don't remember someone telling me about their recycling here before. But okay, let's see where this goes. And then... Boo. But have a good night if you're off to bed. First week, I was number 2 with 23 million. Okay. Code, good info. Damn, dude. Wait. Was there a separation for number 1? I think it was, right? Number 1 and then 2 through 5? Ah. Let me see what the difference in rewards was, because that kind of sucks. That you didn't get 1. You read a cap-locked message like 2 minutes ago? Yeah, I do sometimes read them, but I definitely appreciate if people don't put the caps lock on. Anyway, BG, gotta run literally 90-minute workout before I start work. Have a good one and all. Alright. Later, Fitz. Enjoy your workout. Good day at work and all that. BG, so I should upgrade Omega Red? Probably. He's an amazing champion. He kind of needs to be awakened, and you might not enjoy him so much if you're not running the Suicide Masteries, but he's an amazing champion overall. If you're a bit newer to the game, especially without Suicides and especially without being awakened, like you're gonna, there's probably better champions to rank. He has a little bit of a different play style that is not super difficult to master compared to some of the champions, but it's different enough that if you don't have a good understanding and you're not on point with your parries and stuff like that, your spores will drop off, and then so will all of your damage and abilities. Oh, okay, it was just an extra 150 6-star shards. Still sucks that you missed out on that code, but damn, dude, congrats on getting number 2 at least. That's pretty cool. Just walked into my backyard. Skunk and raccoon just hanging out on the steps. Skunk ran away. Raccoon just stared at me. Those things creep me out. Weird, Dysentery Joe. They were just hanging out. Very weird. Who do you recommend for the Infinity Man in 6.2.5 with perm 1% regen? I used Void for that fight myself. Seemed to be pretty effective. I kind of just didn't do much damage and just attacked into Infinity Man's block. Of course, you want Despair maxed out, and then just wait for the Petrifies to come, and Infinity Man will take himself down. If you do not have Void, if you're looking for a cosmic option, if you're bringing in a different class type for the boss or something like that, and you can't bring in Void, I didn't use Proxima, although I think someone did say Proxima was an option for it. I think Corvus is an option, although might be a difficult one-shot. I don't know how that would go for a one-shot, but probably do it. Possibly Hyperion? I don't know. Hyperion with spamming Special 1 and Despair to kind of nullify the healing. I think it was mostly exploratory. Second week was mid-20s with 17 mil. Okay. Dang, dude. I mean, it's a lot of points, but I guess technically when you think about it, people put up almost that amount of points to get 2,000 5-star shards, so it's a lot to do in one day, but man, if you're able to do it, reward-wise, pretty decent. GG, which is your favorite YouTube channel other than yours? I don't know if I have an absolute favorite. If we're talking MCOC-wise, my favorite YouTuber is probably Invincible, who I think just started streaming. I was actually in his stream earlier today. He doesn't post as much content as a lot of the other MCOC YouTubers, but it's generally well put together content and stuff. I like his channel. Plus he's really cool when I met him at Comic-Con, so that helps. As far as, hold on, let me pull up favorite YouTube channel. Actually, you know what? I probably watch Legacy's content more than anyone, so maybe I'll say Legacy. But I also just like Legacy. It's cool, you know. Let me see. Man, I watch a lot of just random YouTube stuff these days. I used to watch more specific channels that I was subscribed to. I'll give a few examples though. Scotty Kramer is a BMX channel. Really like I was just saying before, BMX, grew up with it, and of course he was a professional BMX rider from New Jersey. He got injured like a year or two into his channel, like a life-changing injury kind of thing. Unfortunate, man, like a spinal injury. And now he just films his buddies, but still fun to watch. Mad Season Show, which he mostly makes videos about World of Warcraft, but he does make videos about other games too on occasion. High quality stuff. There's another channal that I really like. man, that I'm not actually subscribed to for some reason. You guys ever do that, man? You like a channel, and you just like forget to subscribe to them or something? I think it's Uber Danger or something like that. He does like video game reviews, which normally I don't care how someone else feels about a game, and I don't watch any sort of video game reviews or anything. But he does it in such a style that's so good. Let me see. Yeah. This is the channel. Yeah, Uber Danger. He puts a lot of effort into it. Like, I don't even know how, like, here's something that I hate about YouTube, actually, man. I really hate this about YouTube. Hold on. This is one of the most frustrating things about YouTube to me. So, this person, it's going to be bright for a second, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have any way of making this darker. This person, they have a ton of subscribers, 1.28 million subscribers. And, you know, so obviously they have a lot of success on their, with their content, right? This video right here, it's a 49-minute video. 49 minutes of well-edited, like well-written, well-edited video, and it got 668,000 views, and that's great. Except in the amount of time that it took him to make this one video, he probably could have made like 25 just like mediocre videos that you know, it total up to being more views, and that's just, it's, I don't know, man. I respect anyone who makes that choice of like, you just know that you could generate more views, which views are everything on YouTube. It's not about the number of subscribers. It's just about the number of views that you get. So it's frustrating seeing that and knowing it, that like, yeah, this guy could be way more successful if he just made a bunch of smaller videos and stuff like that. But I respect that he does it in his own style and stuff, you know? So, I haven't watched a ton of his videos. I guess that's maybe why I'm not subscribed. I've only watched maybe 5 in total or something, but I'm gonna subscribe now. Because, yeah, it's good content. Gotta pay attention to MODOK here for a second. I always hate the champions that make you actually pay attention in the arena, you know? This is arena, I didn't come here for this. Get out of my face, dude. Here we go. Game's done quick is cool, get to see all types of gameplay from your childhood that you could never beat. I've watched some of their streams before. Did you watch his Terraria video? I watched a tiny bit of it, like the first couple minutes, but that's a game that I've kind of always wanted to play, and he was really going into like strategies and stuff like that, and I don't want to know that stuff, you know what I mean? Like that's one of the reasons why I don't watch videos. There's like 2 reasons why I don't like to watch videos about other games. 1, I don't give a damn about someone else's opinion on a game. If I like it, that's all that matters to me. I'll play any game, and as long as I like it, it doesn't matter how other people feel about it. And 2, it's so hard to find like fresh experiences, and if I watch that video of him playing Terraria, even though I could probably still enjoy the game afterwards, it just wouldn't be a fresh experience. It would be, I don't know what you'd call it, man, but it would just be through like the lens of someone else, and then kind of just a secondary experience that I'm having, and then comparing my experience to his experience and things like that. And yeah, so it's good content, but not watching it. You don't watch video because you can't concentrate? Don't lie to us, BG. Well, there is some truth to that. I do have a hard time concentrating when watching any video. Even the MCOC videos I watch. I just said I watch a lot of Legacy's videos, right? Most of the time I click on the video and sometimes I can't even tell you what happened in the video because I'll click on a video and then I'll get up and I'll walk around my apartment and I'll go get some food, and then just I'm like, oh, the sun's out. Oh, cool, man. Let's go outside for a second. Come back and oh, the video's over. Like, I don't know. So much better than all the capital letters, yelling, screaming, question marks, and exclamation points we see on so many thumbnails these days. Was that for the guy I was just talking about, or you just talking about in general? Stuff like that's annoying. Hold on, I didn't even pay attention to the thumbnail on that guy. Go back and look at it. Oh yeah, he doesn't have clickbaity thumbnails either. That's true. Gotta respect that too, man. So, spoilers. You don't like spoilers. Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, this goes like way beyond a spoiler though. It's like a trailer for a movie is a spoiler. But watching like 50 minutes of a movie, like that's, I don't know, even if you can play a game for like hundreds of hours, like I don't know how you'd compare it to a movie, but maybe if you were to read like the entire script of a movie, like it goes beyond a spoiler, right? You know everything. It's too much, you know, it's way too much. I can look at a I can go on like Steam or something like that, and there'll be like a little, you know, trailer for the game playing that's 30 seconds long. And yeah, it'll show like some of the zones of a game or something like that, and even that I'd prefer to not know, but it doesn't ruin my experience. But man, we live in the internet age, guys. You have everything, absolutely everything at your disposal. You can know more than the game devs ever intended for you to even know before you even decide that you're gonna play the game. Gun arenas all day long is so freaking boring. How can you love the game and do that all day? Literally, I fall asleep. Well, I don't actually grind the arena all day. I sometimes joke that I do, mostly because some people think that that's what I do. But yeah, I do play the arena usually a couple hours every day at least. I just don't think about it. Like right now, I'm not thinking about the arena. It's just all autopilot. And we're talking about, you know, whatever we're talking about. Talking about someone else's YouTube channel, talking about sports. I just don't pay attention to it. If I were actually focused on my game, oh man, I couldn't spend anywhere near as much time in the arena. All these standards on different subjects made me really sleepy, so I'm gonna head out. Baldy, night everyone. All right, Pixie Bell, good night. BG, you see the Michael Jordan doc last night? The internet is blowing. The Michael Jordan doc? No. I didn't even know there was a new documentary about Michael Jordan. Didn't hear anything of it. Idiot says Omega should do 500 something damage per spore at 10 spores, but is only ticking for like 1,000 per second with 30 spores. Well, it's not per spore. Here, he's not on my profile, is he? No, of course he would not be. I'll explain. Let's pull him up real quick. So, Sig ability. Passive. Opponent has 10 or more death spores. Which means no matter how many spores they have, it's going to do that damage. It's not that damage per 10 spores. Death spores on the opponent deal blah 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 damage per second. This damage scales with base attack only. And yeah, the other one's just from blockable hits. But yeah, the damage does not go up. So the damage does go up in other ways based on spore count though. So it is nice to have more than 10 for a couple of reasons. The first is the death field. So death field causes death spores on nearby opponents to passively degenerate them, dealing blah 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 damage per second for each death spore on them. So this one does scale with number of death spores. And then, where's the armor break one? Here we go. Each death spore lowers the opponent's armor by 110, reducing their chance to purify debuff. So you do lower the armor per death spore as well. Not to mention, of course, while baiting specials and things like that, your death spores might fall off. So having them well above 10 just gives you a little bit of a cushion to stay above 10. But the Awaken ability, it's a 10 or more situation, not X damage for every 10. BG, any plans on playing 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross? It's a super fun game and free to play, friendly, and has a great and big community. 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. No, what happened? Why is it in light mode? Stop. Alright, hold on a sec. Can I fix this really quick? In the options, settings. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. Alright. My browser changed settings. Okay. Oh, it's also not showing images. Son of a... Alright, well, I'll fix that later. Alright, 7 Deadly Sins. Grand Cross. That is a long name. Then again, I guess Marvel's Contest of Champions is kind of long, too. Probably not. I don't know much about the game, but just looking at it here, I'm gonna say no. Maybe if I looked into it or something like that, maybe, but there's a bunch of other games, and just at a first glance, I could tell you, nah. I rather, if I'm gonna play another game besides MCOC, I've got a list of games that I think I would like a lot more. BG, have you watched Tiger King? I have not watched Tiger King, no. Thought BG was gonna ask who is Michael Jordan. Nah, man. I know who Michael Jordan was, like, or is. I mean, when I was watching basketball, Michael Jordan, he was still playing. That gives you a little bit of an idea of how long ago it was when I was actually watching basketball. Which MCUC YouTuber would be a good character in game, and what would their specials look like? What would your specials be? None of us would be good in the game, man. You kidding me? Like, going up against the Hulk? Can you imagine me in the game? I'm just some random, bald, pudgy, overweight dude that hasn't seen the sun in over a decade. And I'm just standing there next to Hulk or Hyperion or something like that. I would look so out of place. If I had to pick one, I would say maybe the Analyzer. If you watched when he was doing his, what's it called? When we do the Summoner Showdown stuff, when he did like his, you know, they had us do like some, well, I guess not so much the commentators, but the competitors. They had them do like some funny poses and stuff like that, and his actually looked kind of legit, man. It looked like, you know, maybe he still wouldn't match up to like superheroes in the game, but if you look at like Mortal Kombat, he would be like the Johnny Cage of if he was added to MCOC or something. I don't know. He's probably the closest. Telling me Killer Beezy wouldn't take out Ms. Marvel and Karnak? Dude, Beezy's the man. But still, BG can easily beat Karnak, I swear. In what, a hoodie throwdown? People have made some, what's it called? Some like mock images of special abilities and stuff like that, and people said my head would be like a blinding light kind of thing, you know, or I'd bore people to death with a spreadsheet or something like that. I think they had some for Seaton as well, probably some others. On patrol and just heard 4 shots fired off a couple blocks away. Well, damn, dude. Stay safe, man. PG Special 3 would be called Bean Cannon. Oh, I like the sound of this. You'll also have parry farts and inflicting poison damage on all parries. Okay. I'm into it. Yeah, he pulled Emma Frost from a GMC. Nice. Congrats. Good old Emma. Alright, we got one more round to get these alphas. Man, it's so much slower with without suicides on. Oh yeah, there was a basketball player named Brian Grant. I know. That's me. Don't pay attention to the fact that we look completely different. I'm overflowing on basically all my rank up resources, and I grind almost all arenas, but I'm finding myself with like 10k gold and literally no ISO right now. What should I do? Yeah. You're already grinding all the arenas. Grind them harder. I don't know, man. You know, there's the incursions that give a pretty good amount of gold. If you have no ISO, though, the incursions don't really give ISO. I mean, technically they do, because anytime you duplicate champions, you get ISO. Trying to think of ways to maybe add more champions to your roster to make it more likely that you dupe champions. Do you get the basic champions from the arenas? That's a really good way to just make it more likely that your next 4-star crystal is a dupe, and then you get, you know, a ton of ISO from that. But in general, man, ISO and gold comes from the arena and just opening crystals, which largely you get crystals from the arena. Man, legit thought this was a ghost I was using for a second there, guys. The Superior Iron Man. I wasn't really looking at my game, and I almost just tried to phase a hit. PG, best slow champ, She-Hulk or Stealth Spidey? It's situational. I prefer playing She-Hulk between the two, but it's situational. In some situations, She-Hulk's better, and in others, Stealth Spidey's better. Jeez, is it just British people you hate? First seat and now Beezy beef? What? I said Beezy's the man. How's that taken as any sort of beef? And I hope you're joking about Seaton. I'm assuming you're also joking about Seaton, but I don't even know what I could have said to start some kind of beef with Beezy. BG, any quick tips on getting the Dex triggers on 6.2.6 Champion? Dexing for dummies, if you will. Well, there's a few different ways to Dex that guy. Let me do some auto fighting. Burn the rest of this energy. Let me change this team a little bit as well. Actually, screw it. I'll just leave it. There's a few different ways to go about dexing that guy. So, and you don't have to just limit yourself to one way. But I will say this: if you've seen like the method where you have some distance on the champion, and then he goes to throw his special one, and you dash in right before he does the headbutt, and then dash out and try to get the dex that way. I found that to be kind of tough to pull off consistently. You know, I've gotten some charges off even in my successful runs. Some of them I removed a charge or two with that method, but I typically found it easier just to stand there, like bait out the special one and block most of the hits, and then just evade the final hit. I mean, you could also evade like his chop in like the middle of his special one to save yourself some chip damage, but I don't mess around with that stuff usually, man. I go with like the easy, safe method. Whatever I mean, I guess everybody goes with what they find easiest. But for me, that's what I found easiest, was just standing there blocking the majority of attacks with a high block proficiency champion like Captain Beardo or Sim Supreme after you pop your special 3 and have all the damage reduction and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of videos out there that I'm sure will, if you watch them, it'll show you better than I could ever explain without showing you any footage. So that's what I do. The other Brian Grant is 6'9". How do you match up to that? What do you mean? I'm 6'9". You just can't tell because I'm sitting down. Show your masteries, please. I could show my masteries, but it's a very temporary setup. I've got 14 points available, man. I was just resetting my masteries today, so this is what I'm currently using. It's nothing fancy at all. There's not much to talk about since I have so many points missing, so if you want to see it, you'll have to pause it and go back to it. You should do a YouTube boxing match versus Seaton, settling the score once and for all, and earning a bit of ticket revenue in the process. Well, I can't speak for Seaton, but I can't imagine. Actually, I will speak for Seaton. I can't imagine either of us being too entertaining of fighters. It probably would sell some tickets still, I guess, but yeah, I'm not interested. We love that PG-13 gameplay, BG. Good. Archangel is a must rank 5. His damage output is absolutely outrageous. It's pretty good. Problem is, though, there's so many immunities out there, so half the time his damage is outrageously bad. But sometimes it is super strong. In real life, BG is 20 feet tall. Yeah, I'm actually a giraffe. Autofight is the worst. It's pretty crappy, but eh. I used to not even use it for the like the beginner quests and stuff like that, just because it is a waste of time if you think about it. Like you can get through the fights faster even if you're not looking at the phone and just tapping on the right side of your screen, which is what I used to do in these quests. But then I got lazy. Show your 6-star roster. I just showed it earlier, man. If you missed it, I'm sorry, but I can't keep skipping around showing the same thing over and over and over again. I just showed it earlier in this stream, and it's in one of the last videos I uploaded ranking up my champs, if you're really curious. Practice dueling a rank 3 champion many times. Would dash in right as he chops. Oh yeah, that's. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, do some practice duels. That's really the best thing you could do. But okay, I would dash in right as he chops and evade the headbutt to avoid taking chip damage. I use Doom and could parry, but not take other chip damage. Yeah, so I think it's great to use that strategy. Well, I found myself using that strategy as a backup. So when my health was getting low, I would do that. Or sometimes if I just didn't have the proper distance to be able to block some of his attacks, then I would do it too. But I didn't rely on it. But okay, he sent over Buck, and there was a second part to that message. In my actual try in 6.2, I could get 3 or 4 charges before dying, and one time I really focused in, and 5 charges in 5 tries. It was so satisfying. Nice, man. It is satisfying when you get it, man. It is very satisfying. I really enjoy that fight. Like, it's... I kind of want more fights like that in the game, but I could understand why people wouldn't want fights like that in the game. Because you know, once you get down to that 10% threshold, in pretty much any other fight, you can pop, you can pop a revive, go in, and even if you only hit the opponent one time while you're making progress. Whereas in that fight, no, man, you could be in there for a few minutes even, and die before you get the 5th charge, and nope, 0 progress on that revive. And it's frustrating, and I get why people hate that. But man, I like being required to like pull something off in order to get by in a quest. The casual content of, well, things don't really matter as much, you just pop a revive kind of thing. That's fun too, but I wish there was a little bit more of the other side of things too, where the game really asks you to perform certain actions. Maybe Kabam can find a better middle ground between the two, so that it's less frustrating for people. And I guess they have, in other fights, found a little bit of a better middle ground, but yeah, I don't know. But Taylor, thank you very much for the buck. Appreciate it. BG, I've seen Scene's fighting skill alright. He's gonna block and dash back and repeat. Even made a video about it. Huh? Are you saying he does the same method as I do, or? I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. Dude, Kamala Khan and my Iron Patriot, now Sig 100. How much, what Sig level is your Iron Patriot, PG? I want to say 60. I'll take a look after this quest. The Cyclopses, both Cyclops, those are the ones that, that I seem to pull the most of, man. I can't get away from those dudes. I'm on 6.1.1, and no retreat is not fun. How'd you get around it? I don't like no retreat either. I don't remember how I got around it the first time. Using champions with high block proficiency that can, you know, take some blocked hits and bait out heavy attacks if you miss your parries, those are helpful. I found Iceman to be pretty good, even though I didn't use him. I didn't even have him on my main account. I still think I don't have a 5-star Iceman on my main account. But on my McFabio run, I used Iceman, and I just wouldn't bait out specials, and I would just push them to an L3, and that was pretty good if you had a high level one of those. No retreat, it's a pain though, man. It's an annoying node. But if you could find a champion that doesn't need to do as many hits as well, that's pretty good. So someone like Omega Red, where you can limit the amount of power the opponent's gaining by just having the degen do most of the work off the heavies. Alright, let me see. Iron Patriot was the question. Sig 60. That's what I thought. We got 660 on the Iron Patriot. It's my first ever 5-star. He might get buffed at some point, right? He almost got buffed. He was in the list of champions to be buffed. Where's these Cyclops fellas? Red Cyclops. Oh, red's only 660. It must be the blue one that's higher up there. Yeah, Sig 140. Ugh. All natural dupes. I know there's people with Sig 200s of crappy champions, natural dupes and stuff too, but that's one of my worst. Alright. Just noticed something. I don't know if this has always been that way, but if you look at the font for the uncollected arena crystal, there's like a double space after arena, like between arena and crystal. Most irrelevant thing to notice. Who cares, right? But if you look at all the other ones, there's no double space. What about the regular arena crystal? Is that... Now I have to know. Where is the regular arena crystal? File this under no one cares, but I need to know. Oh yeah, it's regular. It's normal. It's just the uncollected arena crystal. Alright, for whatever reason, it's got an extra space. Anyway. AA shredded a lot of that. Also Cap Infinity. Yeah, for 6.1. Yeah. Those are good. PG, will the passive degen from no retreat trigger your Gulk's face me? It will, but I didn't find Gulk to be all that good for 6.1, to be honest. You still take some damage, and it's kind of annoying always having to dash back twice to activate it and stuff. And yeah. What happened to the full stream of day 7 of McFabio? YouTube, I tried to re-upload it after the stream and everything too. But I guess YouTube has an issue with videos of a certain length. So I don't really want to just lose the content forever in case I want to go back and look at it one day. But what I would have to do is I would have to break it apart. Maybe there's a program where I wouldn't have to re-render it. Maybe I could look into that. That would just split the video without fully rendering it. Because it sucks. Like, it would suck having to because it was like it was over 18 hours or something. Let me see how long it was exactly. 18 hours and 14 minutes. So just to give you guys some kind of an idea of how long it takes me to render things out. Basically, however long a video is, it's not quite double, but it's almost double. And if I, like, for something like that, I didn't really, like, there wouldn't be any other things that slow it down. Sometimes when I, like, record my face separately and then the gameplay, or if I add different things to it, like when I rendered out the long shot video, it took way more than double the amount of time to render that one out, just because, you know, of all the extra things thrown in there, all the extra, even though there wasn't a ton of effects, even just like zooming in on things adds a little bit of time. But yeah, like rendering out 18 hours of video, that's a long time where I can't really use my computer. Even if I broke it down to several different clips, which I would only want to break it down into 2, we're talking about like 18-hour periods of time of not being able to use my computer. And that kind of sucks. And then also, it's a lot of strain on my computer. I don't know how that would affect it, but I don't want anything. Don't want any kind of heat issues to happen. Alright, anyway. Double, it's time for a new PC, buddy. Well, later this year. I'm looking to upgrade later this year. This was the best I could afford at the time in 2016. Which, you know, it's a pretty good computer for 2016. But yeah. Later this year, when AMD comes out with whatever the next processor is, I'm gonna save up about I don't know, roughly $2,000 or something, and yeah, that'll help. But that won't be until probably October. I think they're coming out with it in like September. I think that's what their plans are. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, so I could be wrong on that. I think that's when they're set to release, though. Alright, anyway, though, it's time to head out of here for the night. Ryan. I think Ryan already went to bed. I think he said that. But Ryan, if you can hear me telepathically, thank you very much for being tonight's biggest D. And thank you to everyone else for all the support and stuff. Thank you very much, guys. Would you sell your old computer? No. It's gonna be a backup in case I have any issues. I'll pay you in beans and bananas. Yeah. Well, let's talk price. How many beans and bananas you got? No, but yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. I'm going to do another day stream tomorrow, guys. Rather spend money on something that'll benefit your channel? a boatload, then cav crystals. You're a psychopath, PG. Yeah, well, actually, buying cav crystals also helped the channel. So, it's a weird world that we live in. But you could argue that buying cav crystals might help my channel more than buying a computer. Believe it or not. But anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna jump back in and finish the second quest of 6.4 tomorrow. Oh, Ryan, you are still in here. But yeah, around the same time as today, so roughly 1 p.m. Pacific time is when I'll be back in 6.4. We'll just knock out 3 paths and just keep doing that. I don't think I'm gonna stream 6.4 every day, but I still have a bunch of revives that need to get used, so we'll hop back in there. But alright, on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.